and Scuffs. Heat wave shimmer, green flag drops, sideways stories, pit lane talk. From grandstand roar to the garage floor, if it's got a number, we're calling everyone. This is Stickers and Scuffs, where the wheels kick dust. Ontario thunder, gas in our blood. Turn it loud, feel that rush. Yeah, we're talking tough, bumps and bruises, grit and guts. Stickers and Scuffs. Start your stories. Fire 'em up. If every scar's a trophy. Every scrape's a love. From town to town where the engines erupt, you know the name. Stickers and Scuffs. This is Stickers and Scuffs, where the wheels kick dust. Ontario thunder, gas in our blood. Turn it loud, feel that rush. Yeah, we're talking tough, bumps and bruises, grit and guts. Stickers and Scuffs. Stickers and Scuffs. Engines howl, lights go up, grid is tight, heartbeats jump. From the short tracks to the big ovals, rubbing doors, chasing locals. Every hometown hero, every late race lunch, we're digging through the pain where the legends come from. This is Stickers and Scuffs, where the wheels kick dust. Ontario thunder, gas in our blood. Turn it loud, feel that rush. Yeah, we're talking tough, bumps and bruises, grit and guts. Stickers and Scuffs. Heat wave shimmer, green flag drops, sideways stories, pit lane talk. From grandstand roar to the garage floor, if it's got a number, we're calling everyone. This is Stickers and Scuffs, where the wheels kick dust. Ontario thunder, gas in our blood. Turn it loud, feel that rush. Yeah, we're talking tough, bumps and bruises, grit and guts. Stickers and Scuffs. Start your stories. Fire 'em up. If every scar's a trophy. Every scrape's a love. From town to town where the engines erupt, you know the name. Stickers and Scuffs. This is Stickers and Scuffs, where the wheels kick dust. Ontario thunder, gas in our blood. Turn it loud, feel that rush. Yeah.
All right, race fans, if you want your race shop, your garage, or your home looking championship ready, you've got to check out our friend Jay Pepin and Peps Pro Painting. Niagara-based, they bring some serious skill, and they know how to make every space look fast, clean, and professional. From bold paint jobs in the garage to full home makeovers, these guys deliver clean lines and top-tier results every time. Just like on the track, details matter, and Peps Pro Painting never misses. Big thanks to them for backing Stickers and Scuffs and supporting grassroots racing. Let's talk about making your race program look as fast as it runs. And that's where the guys at imagewraps.ca come in. These guys specialize in wicked graphic design, race car wraps, trophies, race suits, promo materials, thank you plaque signs. Honestly, if you can dream it up, they can make it happen. And let's be real, some of the best looking cars on the track, chances are imagewraps.ca had a hand in it. From the trailer to victory lane, they've got you covered with a professional, eye-catching design that stands out lap after lap. So if you want your team looking sharp, looking legit, and looking fast, even when you're parked, check out imagewraps.ca because in racing, image matters.
It's time to head to Peterborough Speedway, the world's fastest third mile. Enjoy some wicked short track action featuring a variety of classes, including junior late models, bone stocks, mini stocks, renegade trucks, super stocks, and the pro late models. Don't miss their special nights with free entry, double tuning night, driver autographs, and the prestigious Autumn Colors Classic, the biggest event in racing. Whether you're a diehard fan or a new enthusiast, Peterborough Speedway has something for everyone. Visit peterboroughspeedway.com for more information and get ready for an adrenaline-fueled experience on the track.
Stickers and scuffs. Small town names on the sides, breaking dreams on the hood. Every dance got a story, every spin's understood. Stickers and scuffs, where the rubber gets rough. For short tracks up in Ontario, we get loud, we get cool. Stickers and scuffs, every scrape, every bump, turn it up.
I don't know if I did it, Great and Bun, but I believe we are on Facebook and YouTube for the first time in 6 seasons of SNS. We are on something other than just Facebook, which is quite remarkable, honestly. It's a thrill, and we appreciate everybody that's tuning in tonight. We got a busy guest list, and yes, we are a little bit before 8 o'clock, but we're on the ball tonight. I want to make sure that we're out of here at 9 o'clock because both of us want to go to sleep. Because we're old farts now and can't make it past a certain bedtime. But yeah, it's great. I was just saying to Great and Bun, this time next week, we'll be ready to head to Flamborough Speedway. And for the season opener, I honestly, I was saying it feels like it's taken a long time to get here, but I'm so ready. So please, everybody that's out there racing, don't wad it all up lap 1, turn 1, please. We don't need that.
That's gonna be fun though, bud. I mean, we're making the first trip to a track. It's gonna be for somebody's birthday.
We don't need to talk about that.
We don't have to talk about that.
We don't need
but,
to talk about how old I am now.
If as we were saying before we went on, just going for the love and the enjoyment of racing, and that's what we hope all of you do. If you can get out, come on out and enjoy it, whether you're participating, spectating, officiating,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Come on out and just enjoy the racing for what it is, and it's purity, and that's what we're here for. I'm sorry, I have a bit of a headache, so I'm maybe a little subdued to what I
Spacey.
usually am, but um,
Selena
I
says her bedtime
I'm
is 12
excited
a.m.
to yeah, I'm excited to kind of ring in another new year, so to speak, with you, bud. Another racing new year, our sixth one, I guess it is now.
Yeah, number 6.
Um,
Year number
as
6.
as the Stickers and Scuffs entity, so that's pretty cool.
And our final year. Might as well just tell everybody right
Maybe,
now.
who knows?
We're done with this shit. Y'all made us sick. We're sick of it now. We're
Well,
we're over it.
we do
We
have a
hate
sickness for it, that's for sure.
ugh,
Whether
addiction
it's
maybe.
terminal or not, who knows?
Yeah.
But we are excited to get out to Flamborough next weekend and watch some good old racing. And as Cam said, put on a show for us. Don't water up lap one.
Yeah,
I know
please.
everybody's got some beautiful looking cars, freshly painted, straight, clean.
Yeah.
Let's I mean, they're not all going to look like that by the end of the night for sure, but let's have a good night and enjoy ourselves. It's been a long time coming. I mean, the winter always seems to drag on, but that's part of living where we live, and it's over. Season's back. Let's roll.
It is, and we want to thank our friends at Peterborough Speedway, imagedrops.ca, and Peps Pro Painting. Funny, we talk about Peps Pro Painting, and Jay Pepin actually runs in the Ontario Pro Challenge, formerly of the CVMs, which is one of those. I still haven't seen a CVM race live. That's one of the divisions I have yet to see.
Yeah.
Soma, I think Soma's another one I haven't seen live, but aside from that, I think that's the only. Well, and I guess some of the divisions that run at only certain tracks. Um, but we're hoping to get out to a couple different places this year. It's been eerily quiet since the whole sunset deal, and I think people are starting to wake up a little bit. But it's going to be we're in for I want to say it's a not a tougher year. We don't want to say that it's going to be tough, but ultimately, we need to do our best to get out and support, especially talking about like Flamborough Speedway, which, entries, fans, whatever we can do to try and get people out there. We are partnered with Flamborough this year, so we're going to be out there a bit more and try to focus on some of our social media stuff that you'll see like on my account with statistics and shit like that. Try to focus a little bit more on that for Flamborough Speedway. And frankly, they have one of the most exciting statistical reports that I get to do. And I know it sounds like I'm a big fucking nerd when I say that, but I legitimately love getting to go through 40 odd races of statistics of bone stock racers and mini stock racers and see. And now even this year there'll be more late model racers. So there's some good stuff on the horizon for those that like that stuff, like myself. Um, there'll be a busy year for our other partners at Peterborough and Sauble Speedway. We've got Sauble featured right up here, right there on the money right there, and they're filling up their divisions. Peterborough's filling up their divisions. We've seen Delaware's already looking pretty good. It's been eerily, like I said, quiet. We will get a kind of a somewhat of an identity of what Selena, we're not doing any road trip surprises at my place, please. But I will say that Grand Bend I haven't heard a ton of. So I haven't heard a ton of Flamborough, but that we typically wait until the open tests before we see kind of who's going to be out there. You and I know, we've been there multiple times, Flamborough Speedway. It's a good little racetrack. It's got a lot of great
Hmm.
um, action. Um, I've been down on that
Definitely.
infield, and I can tell you there is my favorite place to film from because I don't get eaten alive by mosquitoes like Peterborough. It's not got a million things for me to trip over like Sunset did. Um, and Delaware, the only issue that I have with Delaware is because it's so big, um, and it's somewhat flat, you can't really get a great view unless you're up high for filming.
There's a great view when you get the cars coming into turn one from the front stretch. That's what we had last year. For some really good views, but hopefully I'll be able to get out there. Edward says 12 a.m. won't go to sleep until. Well, there you go. But one of the things that we're hoping to do here was we've got this apparently there's things with Facebook now that you can we can request people to send us stars. I don't know what that means, so I'm just sending it out to people. And we're
Just do it. It'll be
yeah,
fun.
I mean, what's wrong with that, right? Let's talk about tonight. We've got 4 guests. We're trying this format out, 1-hour show, because of the summertime coming up, the racing season. We know attention spans are difficult on most days, but Fridays are a wash. Like most people are out there, they're watching Delaware, they're watching Oshwegan Speedway as they should be. They're out the track on the Fridays, out in the shop.
Absolutely.
So Thursdays will still be the time for the show, 8 to 9 o'clock. We'll cut that half hour out just so that we can make it a little bit simpler. 10-minute segments with about 4 to 5 guests, depending on how busy we are. And we're very excited about that. And tonight, we've got the traveling racers. Not all of them. Hudson and Landon Sellers will try and get back on when the Bandolero season starts. But we do have Ollie Ferguson, who's been an SNS racer for 3 years. 23, 24, 25. He's going to his 4th season, so 26. He got to experience going down to Bowman Gray Stadium, the Madhouse, live on Flow Racing. And actually, it was live on YouTube for those that didn't know. I didn't know that it was going to be, and it was. So that was a nice surprise. We'll have Ava Boundy, who was down at the Spring Nationals for INEX. She even did quite well when she was there. We have Hailey McNicol, who did kind of the two. There was 2 different tracks. I'm not going to remember the first track's name. Someone will be able to help me out with that. But she was there, ran the entire and clean, finished every race she was in. And then Dawson Drimmie will join us from JDC Motorsports, last year's Ontario Legend Car champion. Rough time, unfortunately, for him down there. A really rough. We'll see how he's feeling with a throttle hanging on his Legend car, and she's pretty pooched, unfortunately, after talking with Dawson.
Trying to knock that wall down.
Highland Rim, thank you so much,
fashion.
Tim. I can't believe we've got Tim Terry watching right now. Like the Tim Terry is watching. That's
the Tim Terry. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim. And the Jess Blair right underneath.
There we go. Same comment too.
I know. Thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, if you haven't already, share. As it says in the comments, that helps us out the most because it helps us get seen. Yes, we are on YouTube right now. We are on Facebook as well. That's our general positive vibes are on Facebook. But we also need those thumbs up. And if you can,
give the page a follow too.
Give the page a follow if you haven't, or send it to people to follow, because we're trying to get to 2,000. We're close. That would be great to get down there and be a part of things, and continue to grow the page as we continue to grow the podcast. But what do we think about bringing on this young? I say young guy. He still is, even though we've known him since he was 13. And now he's 15 turning 16, and he's driving on the road. Or no, he is 16 now. He's driving on the road, and he's driving on the Madhouse. Ollie Ferguson.
Yeah, we met Rob and Ollie.
When was
far
that?
Before Stickers and Scuffs was a thing, just as spectators and fans at Mosport at CTMP.
That's right.
In May. And Ollie was all of about 8 years old, I guess.
You would have met him before. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I met him 22 at the OSS meeting.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's crazy. Like, from all the stuff that we'll bring him on here and
Yeah,
talk
let's
about it.
bring him on.
But yeah, um,
His professional name is on Zoom here, Oliver Ferguson, and
yeah,
there he is, 35 years and all. Cause man, he's able to work a stash and beard better than most of us. So
me
good on
included.
him. What's going on,
What's
Ollie?
going on, Ollie?
How's it going, boys?
Very
Ah,
good, man.
we're
We were
we're
just talking about before you joined us there. Um, I mean, my family and meeting you and your dad, I think, goes back somewhere 2015, 16 at CTMP when you were just a wee lad, and you're you've you've accomplished so much, both personally with um, the medical struggles and all that sort of thing, but also you've grown and developed into a pretty fine race car driver, and coming back off of a great time down at the Madhouse. How was it, bud?
It was just an incredible trip overall. Like we never had like one hiccup the entire time. Like usually you have just a couple bad things happen here and there, small, or sometimes you have a bad trip. But I mean, it started off as a short drive there, and I mean, even like just our food, everything was good. All the food was good. Our hotels were good. Our Airbnb was great. We took my mom's car down instead of my dad's truck. It was great. We never had an issue the whole trip. The race day went amazing. The practice was great. Just everything went like how it should, and we had a ton of fun. And it was just super surreal to get to race with guys I've been racing, watching on TV for years, and the dream of racing at Bowman Gray, and like to do it in a competitive car, and let alone Zach Orr's car. Like he's the champion. He's the one of the best, if not the best, at Bowman Gray in the Sportsman division. He's like my hero, right? So like to get to drive his car is just super amazing, and I can't believe I got to do that.
Well, first of all, a good trip, like the just everything where the travel's good, the food's good. That's just like where a trip hits all cylinders. Like that's a good omen right there, which doesn't always happen. And then also, I mean, you got the number right behind you. It's your number, but it's also Zach's as well. That numerically, all that sort of thing. It really seems like it all lined up very very well for you, and it came together, and you walked out of there with a top 10 finish too.
Yeah, I mean, like driving a car there is completely different than anything I've ever done in my entire life. I mean, tracks rubber up here a little bit differently to compared to down there, and I've never experienced where a track was like completely unraceable like an ice rink to like it felt like a prep drag strip. It was really cool to see the transition from the start of the day to the end of the day, like a NASCAR track where it's absolutely horrible in the morning to like fantastic at night, and where you can kind of work in grooves. And there's no outside line at Bowman Gray, but it was definitely better than it was the day before in practice, because there was literally no rubber on the track. It was a green track, and it's just super slick. Like I did a track walk before the race, and before practice, and I was sliding my foot across the track before practice. I'm like, this feels like ice. And then the day of the race, I'm sliding my foot across the track, and I'm like, I can't even move my foot. It's so grippy and stuck to the track. And I'm like,
Nice.
this is unlike anything I've ever seen before. Like I've never seen a track rubber up this much and have this much grip. And then like the practicing there, the track itself is the hardest track I've ever driven at. It's it's incredible. The way you have to drive a corner there is, forget about all the silliness of the madhouse, forget about the craziness of wrecking and wrecking under yellow and all the WrestleMania stuff in the infield. The
because there's
track
a lot of
itself,
that.
oh yeah, there's plenty of it, as we saw in the stadium stock.
Yeah,
But
yeah, exactly.
it's the track itself is such a unique place. Like you have to forget everything you've ever learned in a race car and
Mhm.
completely learn a new style of racing. So you got to drive into a corner, and you got to hit it so hard into the corner that the car stays down long enough on the bumps, because you have to get back in the gas so long that it's a fine line of staying on the bumps long enough around the corner so the car turns. And if you miss that slightly, you're just washed up the track. And as soon as you wash up an inch, you're getting passed on the inside.
And that's what happened. I saw that because you were up there, and then I was like, as soon as you know what it reminded me of, if for those that are old like me and Graydon, we remember the old Bristol, and the old Bristol was like that. If you were stuck on the high side, you were freight trained to the very back. You were able to kind of get your way back in because it felt like you guys got 3 laps in, and then somebody would spin. Were you at any point expecting, because it happened the first time you were there, were you expecting someone to nerf you out of the way? Because you had a really clean race, and that's what you want, obviously, at a track like Bowman Gray, but we know it's so unpredictable. So were you expecting that there was going to be a little more contact for yourself?
It's hard to say. Yeah, I was expecting it, but like I'm there to win and I'm there to have fun. Like I'm racing for the same space everyone else is,
Yeah.
so it's bound to happen. Like if it's me doing it to someone else or someone else doing it to me, like you kind of expect it there. That like this goes back to racing around everyone. Like practice was one thing, and then the race was a whole different ball game. Like I have never seen drivers do what they were doing with their cars. It's incredible to me. Like the whole field is the best drivers I've ever seen. Like Bowman Gray does not get enough credit for what these guys can do in race cars because they're just still driving prolates. They're the exact same cars as here, but what they do with their cars is just unbelievable to me. They're driving on restart, shifting, kicking the rear end out. I can see the number on their headlight, and they're pulling away from me through the grass, and I'm wide open, like this pretty holding the wheel pretty nice and straight, and I'm like, where are they going? And I'm like, they're just blowing my doors off, and then I kind of got a little bit different of a start at the end, and I kind of figured it out a little bit, but it's just the way they drive their cars is on the edge every second, and they hit their marks nonstop over and over and over again, and they don't make mistakes. They ride the curb. They don't let anyone get underneath them. The only way, that's what you see at Bowman Gray. The only way to the only way to pass is to hit people out of the way, and that's why you got to expect it a little bit, is because you're you're gonna get hit. Like if you're protecting the bottom well enough, you're someone's faster than you. That's the only way around you because everyone is so equally good there that you're just bound to happen. And I mean, I was hoping that it wouldn't happen again. What happened before, and it didn't. Thankfully,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone raced me with a ton of respect. I think I came home with like one scrape on the rear bumper, and I had to replace a front grille from a couple hits, but like nothing major. Like I never got shoved up the track. I don't think I shoved anyone up the track. I never got pushed up the track. Maybe once with a lap car, but I understand it. These guys are racing for points. Like this is they got to go, and I'm just there sitting there and messing with points, sitting by myself out there and having fun. But I mean, just the talent there to hit your marks every lap, and like watching them go down a straightaway, so you're following everyone. They're too wide, and all of a sudden you just see cars disappear, and they're bolt down to the inside, and there's like no hole there, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden there's a hole, and my spotter's telling me you got a quick hole behind you. You just gotta, and then they're telling me after the race, I'm like, yeah, I felt like I was gonna either hook the guy ahead of me or I was gonna hook myself, and they're like, that's the fine line at the stadium is you just gotta turn it and go, and that's you gotta make the hole for yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's a selfish racing is a selfish sport, and
Hmm.
everyone's the exact same. You can be as clean as you want, you can be as aggressive as you want. You still have to. You're out there for yourself. You're not out there for someone else, right? Like you have every right to be on the track as the guy in 17th place. He's still spending the same money to be on the track, right? So everyone's fighting, and it's like a war for every position, and it was amazing. It was unbelievable.
That being said, I kind of likened it in my post earlier that it's kind of like being like an exchange student for like a day or a weekend or something at another track, and you kind of had the pre-existing relationship with Zach Orr, but I mean, nevertheless, you're as you said, you're mixing it up with people that do this week in and week out at the stadium. What's that mean to have the trust and that relationship with Zachor Racing where you kind of got to walk a mile in his shoes and in the shoes of the weekly competitors at Bowman Gray?
Yeah, I guess I can't explain it for myself because like I start getting happy again and I start
Yeah.
little kids start giggling,
That's
but
okay.
it's like that the fact that Zach trusted me with his baby, like we all our race cars, we all have emotional attachment. It's like a street car. You get emotionally attached to it, and it's your kid basically, right? Like
Right.
you take care of it week in and week out. Like we all get bumps and bruises on them once in a while, but to race someone else's car, you're always got that thing in the back of your mind, like I don't want to wreck this guy's car.
Yeah.
Like I know what would happen if he wrecked my car. I wouldn't be too happy about it. And the fact that Zach trusted me with his car, it was just super cool. Like Zach Orr is the man at Bowman Gray. He won most popular driver, I think, 2 years in a row. He wins the Top Gun Award, which I believe is for most wins of the year every year. He wins most cars passed every year too. He's just a wheelman and a half, and the fact that he trusted me with his car, he did everything. He came to the races, came to the practice, was there all day long, preparing the car for weeks, testing it, making sure it was all good for me. It's just I can't ask for a better crew chief or helper or team owner or whatever you want to call Zach for that one race. I mean, a supporter. It just he was my number one fan the whole weekend, and his whole crew, everyone, my dad. Like I gotta thank them all because they all just gave me the best piece they possibly could and trusted me with it and put all their confidence in me and basically just said, let's go have some fun, and that we did.
You definitely did that. And you know what? I mean, I've talked to you. We've talked to you for many years. This is the most pumped up we've ever seen you. And you know, after the shit that you had to take the last couple of years with the weather, the last couple times you've been trying to get to the Bowman Gray, I'm glad that this all worked out for you guys, and happy for Rob to finally see his boy make it at Bowman Gray, because I know that's something that your dad's been. The kid's better driver than me, as Zach Orr says. So, you know what, Ollie, man, we're proud of you. We're glad to see you go out there. We know we'll see you back down there again. And thank you so much for coming on and joining us. And we'll see you at Peterborough for when you guys get going on your racing program for 2026.
I do have a brand new Pro Late sitting right in front of me right now. And if you don't mind, I'd just like to say thank you to the four companies who came down with us:
Sure.
SteelCon, group of companies, McCall Racing Enterprise, Pit Viper, and Citrus Safe. Thank you guys so much for supporting my dream and making it come true.
Whew, it's so amazing seeing the kid grow up and do what he's doing here, man. But Ollie, thank you so much. We got to get going because we got some other guests. So thank you so much, buddy, and we'll have you on later this year.
Thank you guys very much.
Appreciate you, Ollie. Thanks very much. Thanks
Holy
to Zach
moly.
Orr, too, for
Yeah.
tuning in and chiming in as well.
Yep, he was on our show before, and we'll have for the first time, Ava Boundy is going to join us, and Ava is coming off of quite impressive spring nationals, because she was able to win, and
Yeah,
I
got a
don't,
checkered down there.
I don't want to be like oh my god, like that wasn't expected, but I don't know, Ava, was it expected?
No, absolutely not. It was not expected at all.
That's pretty awesome. We were just talking to Ollie about how it's kind of like an exchange program where
Mhm.
you're going to school almost with a whole student body of different people, and you kind of showed up and took it to them in that regard. That's pretty cool where you can kind of show up and flex on them a little bit like that, right?
Yeah, especially because I hadn't been in my car since I think the end of September when I was in Vegas.
That's awesome. I mean, so talk about knocking the rust off. You didn't really have much to knock off.
I would imagine this feels probably really good for you. I mean, last year you were able to get a victory in the Ontario Bandoleros at Sauble Speedway. You and Landon both got your first wins during that weekend. I would imagine heading into this year now, it's not unknown. You know how to drive these cars now. I would imagine you and Landon will probably be, the top of the field. Jackson probably he got a win as well. Keegan we know is really good. Um, how was the field out there? You raced against. I don't really know what the kind of the ages of the kids that were out there in the division with you. Um, but they're from all. I would assume they're from all over the United States, and obviously, and the occasional one. Hudson's from Canada. We know that. But what was the field like? People from all over?
Yeah, it was mostly everyone from like all over. People, there were some from Nova Scotia too.
Oh,
So it
really?
was, yeah.
Oh, awesome. I think that's one of the things that I would assume you're starting to find out with the Bandoleros is that you can kind of race anywhere. Was this always part of the plan that you guys were going to go down to Nashville, or was this just kind of a okay, we're going to decide to do this now? What was this ever a plan?
Kind of, but not really. We were originally going to do the Charlotte Roval, and then we decided to jump ship and go to Spring Nationals instead.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea more. It worked out for you. Um, you almost you almost didn't have that win too. Let's just say the pass was extraordinary. But then I assume, I'm just guessing, that you gassed it really hard into three and then it almost didn't stick. And
Yeah.
that's, yeah, okay. Because if you guys haven't seen it, I posted the finish that Donovan Price, thank you Donovan, was recording for those of us that don't have the Legends TV. But I mean, you got down there, you did three races. Overall, how you feeling?
It felt good. It was definitely a learning curve from down there because I think their longest break was like 2 weeks off, and they'd already still their season has already started already.
Oh,
So, and ours we're still almost like a month away.
Yeah,
yeah.
that yeah. They as you said, there's an off season for all sports, but I mean it's a pretty short time for them. And we, as much as we say it here, there is no off season. There, like the time that you're off track, it doesn't really compare. Like they're on track a great deal more often. So I
Hmm.
mean, confidence wise for you as a driver to go down there, and as you said, you weren't in the car since September. I mean, that's that's a good omen, and if nothing else, it's good for the driver mentality going into the season, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We had tough luck when we had raced in Charlotte before,
Mm-hmm.
and then in Vegas we had tough luck, and now all of our tough luck basically went away for this weekend, last weekend.
What was it about the track that seemed to work for you? Was it similar to anything that you've raced before?
It was similar. It was a lot similar to Charlotte. The line was like similar to Charlotte, so it kind of I moved my knowledge from that I did at Charlotte and put it towards this track.
I love it. I love it. I mean, it was wicked to see first off that Volt's being represented down south. Obviously, as someone that does very well and works for Volt, I mean that's got to be very nice that you're repping the brand out there. Um, have has Donovan gotten any better at Volt? Uh,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. Not at all.
No,
Jeez. Oh my God, Donovan. What about your dad?
that's gotten better. Yeah.
Oh, so it's just Donovan then. Oh my God. Uh, I love that you guys have a division up here. We know the Ontario Bandoleros had their first season last year. It came down to the final race. Uh, there was no
He's full of lies, Cam.
oh my God, a donkey appearance live on this show. Oh my
That's a
goodness.
cameo.
Yeah, literally. I wasn't prepared for that. I don't even know what to say now. No, um, we know that this division is still very new. Um, it's kind of all ages. You've got a kid like Luke, who's
Yeah.
so young, and then you have kids that are just kind of in the middle, and then you've got the older kids. Now, I think you're. I don't want to age you, but are you're part of the older
Yeah.
crop of racers?
Yes.
So, how do you feel getting to work and race alongside these young kids that are going to learn from you, and especially now you got like Harper Johnston that's going to be in this car. Avery's got one now, so you've got other girls that are starting to get in this. You and Lila were the first two in Ontario, so how does that feel?
It feels good, and then obviously I'll always help them if they ever need any help, especially because I want as many girls in the Bandoleros as possible.
That's right. That's the answer right there. So let's go. I don't know if she's in the chat still, but Jess Blair, I know you're a photographer, but you should get out there and race one of these at some point. Um, why do you like the Bandoleros?
they're interesting and they're a learning curve, but
Mhm.
they're easy but not easy to drive at the same time. It's like obviously I don't have to shift or anything. I can just go. And I don't know. It's like it was definitely a learning curve,
Yeah.
but it's comes it like they feel like they just come natural and they just do most of the work for you. All you really have to do is like press the gas
I mean,
and sometimes the brake.
yeah, sometimes that helps. Ava, what's the schedule look like for you this year? Full season Bandoleros, and are we going to see you doing some races down south?
Yes, absolutely. We're gonna do full season Ontario Bandoleros, and then we might go down for some summer shootout races.
Hell yeah, you are. Damn right, summer shootout series. Jocelyn says, I wish Paige would have done it. Hopefully one day. Hey, there's still time, Jocelyn. There's still time. Um, uh, Jeremy Dobbs says, Ava definitely has a cool crew chief too. Uh, I don't know if you can say that anymore, Jeremy. Aren't you supposed to be cheering for your own son?
No,
Uh,
I call him.
oh, okay.
I
Well,
call him as my crew chief. And
okay. Well,
Ethan can find a new one. Ethan can have Donovan.
you got Donovan.
Nice.
On that note, on that note, Ava, we're out of time, but thank you so much for coming back. Let's thank some of your partners because you've got them all decked out on your uniform, and they were decked out on the car. Looks great this year too. So, um, let's hear from you about those partners.
Obviously Volt Raceway. I'm here right now. I'll probably go race with Donovan after. Auto Tires and Safeties, Alma Mechanical, RDP, Ron and Mark, who helped me a lot in Nashville and in Charlotte and in Vegas. And then Spinner's Laundromat, Phoenix Signs and Apparel, who wrapped my car. Obviously, Donovan Price. Wheelhouse W10, who makes all my shirts. Jeff and Terry, who helped get me a new suit, a custom suit for Christmas. So obviously, my crew chief, Jeremy Dobbs, and then mom and dad.
Awesome.
She's got that down pat. She
Definitely.
didn't include S&S though, so now she's off the roster.
Oh, of course. And of course, stickers and stuff. Save the best for last.
That's exactly right.
Nice.
Ava
Way to
Bound.
save
I'm
it.
just saying,
Stuff.
our first weekend on your car, you did win.
Exactly.
So we've said this. There's this extra horsepower. It hasn't worked for Donovan, but I mean, it's worked for you. Have a great night, Ava. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks very much, Ava. Cheers.
What a good kid, eh?
Yeah.
She's
That's
she's
awesome.
she's got that down pat. We're gonna bring on.
Him in the race car, head down south, and kick some ass. And
Well, speaking of kicking some ass, and frankly, I feel like she did kick some ass in that Legends car division, and from another racing family, the McNicol
yeah,
family.
comes by that honestly. If
Yeah, she
We're
does.
talking about Hailey McNicol.
We are talking about Hailey
Car.
McNicol,
Yeah.
who's coming also off of racing down south, and you know, I've said it before. I mean, we need more, like we said, we need more girls in the Legends, and right now we got one. She's the trailblazer. Hailey McNicol, you are here on SNS. I think this is your first time on SNS. Actually, you're on track before.
Yeah.
So, what's going on? How was it down south? It looked like it was a lot of fun.
It was pretty cool. I can't complain. It was a good experience, that's for sure.
One of the things that we want to make sure that we talk about is, you know what, getting out there and participating. You raced in, geez, how many was it, 8 races? 10 races?
Honestly, it was a lot. I couldn't tell you the exact number, but it was quite a few.
Oh, I
Um,
love it. I
and
love it.
then the fairgrounds.
Right. Yes. Now, your plan initially, you had said that you were going to do this, and we had heard the sellers that they were going to do this, and then Ava came down. The Drimmies were there. Mitch Wright was there. Is this something that you think potentially we can grow year to year so that we can literally send an army of Ontario legend car racers down to the Spring Nationals?
It'd be cool to. I mean, it's definitely a fun event to be a part of and go and do, and it's a great experience. I think that if anybody's able to do it, they definitely should. It's definitely cool, but and it was nice seeing all like the Ontario people there. Like there was quite a few of us there, which was cool. So hopefully more people can do it in the future. I know we want to go try out some other tracks down south and whatnot. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I'm interested. Are we going to see you in Summer Shootout?
I don't know about that one.
Oh man, Ben Freiberger, whoop whoop, Haley's up. He spelled your name wrong though.
What a guy.
Unbelievable. You don't get to deal with the McNichols right now. Kenny says the nightlife was the best. I would imagine the nightlife is probably like nothing
It
anybody's
was
ever experienced.
crazy down there.
Yeah?
Like it was crazy. It was good though.
We shall not talk about said activities, I guess.
No doubt. It was fun nonetheless.
I would imagine getting down there and being able to finish every race was probably the biggest accomplishment because it seemed like, and Dawson will talk to him in a little bit, but it seemed like there was quite a bit of carnage for legend car racing. um,
Yeah, it definitely
what
was.
was what was from your experience it like out there? Was it just over eagerness or?
Honestly, like they all race really hard down there, and it's super tight racing. Like everybody's so close in times, it's unbelievable. It's not like up here where we got like real quick guys and we got some slower guys, and like everybody kind of runs in groups up here, but like we have lots of different speeds, right? Down there, pretty much everybody is right together within tenths of each other, and they race hard. Like they race fairly clean for the most part, but everybody's racing real hard. But I I stayed out of it, so
Yeah, I
I'm
was
not
gonna
too
say you were at a clean car at the end of it, so
sure.
it worked out. Jess says, "Ha ha, yee haw." So yeah, I would imagine Jess would have known what it was like down there.
Yeah, she was with us for a few days down there.
But as kind of the theme we've been talking about, where it's you're kind of a, at least you're in a group. You had some Ontario people around you too, but you're in a place, as you said, you're not in familiar surroundings, and the field is hitting it hard. I mean, it's got to be cool to go down there and see where you stack up with those kind of people, but also just like the learning experience, just everything. I mean, from being on the competition side of the fence, I mean, it's got to be really cool just taking all that in, every little bit of it.
Yeah, like I said to my dad down there, it's a completely different style of racing down there.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to even explain, but like some of those, like I was getting my butt kicked by 13-year-olds. Like they're crazy down there, and they have no fear at all whatsoever. And so,
Mhm.
and some of those kids, they're homeschooled. They race 6 days a week. They're in a car constantly. So I expected to kind of get my butt kicked a little bit, but like it's crazy down there. It's completely different than up here. Like they 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 run things differently, which I really liked how they run things. They're very quick to the pace. There's no screwing around for the most part, like they're on the ball in that way, but yeah.
If I'm not wrong, like it shows like it racing means a lot, means everything, all things being equal, like for us versus them, so to speak. But like your family, for instance, you guys live, breathe, eat, sleep racing, and for you guys to go and immerse yourselves in that kind of company, where, as you said, like they're taking it up another notch or two from like it's impressive to you guys. So I mean, that really shows like it's very much a lifestyle for people that live and breathe it here. But I mean, when the off season's that much shorter, I guess down there too, and just I don't know what is it that makes them live it and breathe it so hard down there. Is it just that the winters are that much shorter, or
I don't know. I don't know. And honestly, if I could be some of those kids, I would be in a heartbeat. We were sitting
right?
at the drivers' meeting one day, and we were at the fairgrounds. We just got to the fairgrounds and we were having our drivers meeting, and all the kids, like, they don't run Highland Rim as much, I don't think, I assume, but I think they run the fairgrounds quite a bit, and they were all like, all right, guys, we're back at our playground. Like, let's see what we can do.
They're playing like
Oh,
they're not
Lana,
just
here we
sitting there
go.
picking their nose
Yeah.
and
I mean, that's what we would have been doing.
right, like kids at that age, like you said, 13-year-olds, they're like finely tuned machines to like sync up with the car and kick ass.
Yeah.
I've got to know, is there an aura when Kyle Busch is at a racetrack? Because the fact that you're there, and not just him, but Brexton was there as well, and I think Keelan was Keelan there. I think Keelan was there as well. So you've got like racing. I'm going to put it, you royalty. He, no matter what people think of him, you know,
Yeah.
he's out there. He's running a legend car, and he is, you know, he's a former 2-time Cup champion. He's got the most wins in, I think, 2 of the 3 top divisions. I would imagine being at the track might be a little. Is it daunting having him there, or is he just act like he's one of you guys?
He honestly, if you like didn't go see him or nothing, you wouldn't know that he was like anybody special. We were standing at the drivers' meeting. He was standing with everybody else. His kid was screwing around with the other kids. Like Brett was like, you would never know any different. It was cool. I was sitting in the lineup waiting to go on track for practice one day, and Brex was sitting right beside me. So I was sitting right beside him, and Brexton's crew guy was in his car talking to him, and he turned around and his crew guy stuck his head in my car, and he was like, "Your car's so freaking cool," and I was like, "My name is Mary. My name's Mary."
Well,
pretty neat.
that ties in kind of just before we wrap it up with you. Is that you had an amazing looking race car. It's a new car for you this year, right? That is the one that you picked up. Did you notice a difference?
Yeah, it's a little bit different compared to my car last year because it is the MT in it compared to
Yeah.
last year. I had the FZ09,
Yeah.
and I could see a bit of a difference, especially because it's like an electronic throttle compared to the
Okay.
FZs. I
Okay.
felt a little bit of difference, like throttle control wise. You can like mat it more in this car almost. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but you can
Yeah.
definitely tell a bit of a difference for sure. And it's a new car; it has all the updates, and it's not all bent up and whatnot.
Damn right. Kenny putting out the bills for
All
Haley.
the
I love
latest
it.
and greatest.
Damn right. Oh
cool.
man, I can't wait to see it out there. Can't wait to see. I mean, the Nashville wrap was for Nashville. So, do you have something? You have something in store for everybody?
Honestly, I designed those Nashville paint schemes on a whim one night. And I was
Well,
like, this is gonna be cool. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. So I'm assuming one night I'm gonna be like bored and I'm just gonna throw something out of my back pocket and hopefully it looks good.
Oh,
let's
they
throw
look great. They
throw your
definitely look
partners out for those that made it possible for you to head down there.
Definitely my dad, McNicol Welding and Fabrication, McNicol Motorsports. We got Triple J Barbecue, Riem Your Realty, uh, SWO Diesel, IPS, the Gearbox Girl. Oh, Lana. I'm losing my mind here. Trying to do
Stickers and
something.
scuffs.
Stickers and scuffs for
That's
sure.
2. That's 2 in a row. Out of here.
I think I hit him.
I think you did. I think you got him.
I
Yeah.
think I hit him.
Yeah. It worked out pretty well. We're excited to see what you do this year in the Ontario Legend Car Series. Are we going to see Sweet Pea out this year at all? Or are we going to stick with
I'm
just.
sure we'll have a road at some point.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. TNC Landscaping, Tanya
Yes,
says.
that's a new one. That's a new one.
Oh, good. So there you go.
I
Perfect. As
my
Eric
bad.
Stewart says, my 3 pals. Well, thank you, Eric. How kind of you. Hailey McNicol here on Stickers and Scuffs. Thank you so much, Hailey.
Thank you.
Thanks, Haley. See you later.
Oh my God, I'm loving tonight's show, man. Everybody is so positive and excited, and I'm hoping we're going to be able to do this with Dawson. I know he didn't have as good of a time as the other 2.
Yeah,
The
we're
other
gonna
3.
show up with a bit of a reality check here.
It is, yeah, honestly, but great, and you're right. It is kind of a reality check of the dangers of racing. Eric went through this last year. Funny enough, not funny, but
Yeah.
to
No
bring it
offense,
up.
Eric, it wasn't
No,
that funny.
it wasn't that funny, Eric. We promise. What I'm trying to say is that
What my co-host means is that it's a very serious thing, and no one
Yes.
should laugh at this.
No. What I'm trying to say is that yes, it can happen. It did happen to start the year last year, for Eric, and unfortunately, destroyed the car. And unfortunately, it's the same thing with Dawson. But I want to hear from him. He had the. I mean, I tell you, I loved the different looks and the silver bullets, man. If they don't bring the silver bullets,
Hailey, for her pulling out those paint schemes on a whim, as she said, they look pretty great.
I'm telling them, if they don't bring back the Coors Light silver bullet all year, you're doing
No
something
shit, right?
wrong.
Yeah.
Because those two,
Paint schemes
wow,
are better than the beer.
right? Yeah, I can't.
The beer's pretty good though.
Yeah, Dawson's a Coors guy, so
Yeah.
I
kind of figured.
I liked
Anyways.
Coors when they were on Sterling Marlin's car. But we'll talk about the experience, Dawson. Last year's champion. Yes, I have turned up his mic, Pops. Let's talk about this experience, bud. You were down there and didn't end the way you were hoping, unfortunately. So let's just bite the bullet right now and see, how are you feeling? Because you walloped that wall, and it scared a lot of people when you posted it. It looked like it hurt.
It definitely didn't feel good. I'll tell you that. Is my mic working?
It's a little low, but I think we'll get you.
Okay.
I think we'll be all right.
All right. Yeah, it definitely wasn't the most fun part of the week. I'll tell you that. You know, we had a pretty good Highland Rim. We were coming to the fairgrounds with some pretty high expectations, but we made a bit of a setup blunder when we were putting the car together for the fairgrounds. You know, a couple too many people working on the car at the time, and some shocks got mixed up, and you know, we went out for a qualifying run and it kind of put us right at the back, and then you know had to dig in from there, but you know, it's pretty wild to have to start at the back from down there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As Hailey McNicol just said, it's kind of apples to oranges. The racing lifestyle up here as it is to down there, where you can live it and breathe it all the live long day up here, but it's just not the same as the guys and girls that do it down there, right, Dawson?
No, it's wild down there. You know, guys that I was racing against last week, they have 30 races in already in the 2026 year. So, you know, it's really hard to go down there and try and compete. And even like we had a really good, like I was saying, Highland Rim, you know, even be able to compete for a win. It's a big positive coming back to Ontario.
Yeah. They've ran like a whole damn season worth of races already, pretty much.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Every day of the week that there's a race going on down there, they're racing. So
is it not more, is this not more though of a, what's the word that I want to use for this? Isn't this not more of a reason to get into the legend car racing and Bandolera racing? That proof right there, that if you want to be a racer, and you know, respectfully to all the other divisions, Legends would be the one that you're going to get the most bang for your buck in terms of amount of races you're going to do. Let's talk realistically down there. You talked about the Hailey mentioned there's like 13-year-olds that have already run half a season. It's you know, April, and they're gonna run the whole year. I think it was Ava said there was like homeschooled kids that's what they're doing, that they're committed full time. It's not a talent thing because we have really talented racers here, but I would imagine you got to see, and you've seen a lot in the legend cars, the talent pool down there compared to here, because they run so often, I would imagine is extremely deep.
Oh, you got, well, like you said with Hailey before, you got Kyle Busch and his kid, and they're unbelievable. And then you got Keelan Harvick. I personally think Keelan's going to be one of the best there ever was to do it. You know, he's 13 or 14 years old, and he's
I think your mic's just died on you.
there. Is that better?
Yeah, it is actually.
There we go.
yeah, you got Keelan Harvick. He's racing 6 times a week. It definitely helps, but he's just a talented kid to begin with. Like Graydon said, it's living and breathing racing down there. So,
Is there any sort of connection that you can make with our racing up here and what you just participated in? Do we have not the facilities? That's not gonna we're not gonna have the facilities. I was just to say that right now, but do we have the personnel to be able to put something together like a nationals? Is there enough cars? Because we have cars out in the Maritimes, we have cars out west, we have cars from the U.S. Is there something where because we've done the 2-speed nationals, which was an Ontario thing, but could we theoretically put something massively together like a nationals Canadian tour of some sort?
yeah, like we've my dad used to run the series, and he tried to put on a Canadian nationals back 2019, I believe, right before COVID. We had 45 cars show up, but the problem is a lot of the guys from America don't have passports. They have no need for passports. So, coming up to Canada to race one weekend when you can race 5 times down there a week, it's not really worth it for those type of guys.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Really good point. That was not something that we asked Dawson. Oh, this is a loaded question, Pops. Ask Dawson what a season would cost down south.
Too much for us to be down
Yeah.
there full time. That's my answer. I know, like some of the big legend car teams down there, you're paying $100,000 US to even see the track before the season even starts. You're paying a whole bunch of money.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, if you didn't really have fiscal responsibility down south, it would almost be like going to, I'll just say it like a ripper bar. Like, you could race, like pick your poison. You could race every damn day until you had nothing left. Pretty well, if I'm not wrong. Like, I think here, I mean, now it's even more apparent, especially in Ontario. You only got so many places to go and play. Down south, I mean, you have so many options to just load up your trailer and drive for X number of hours and unload at a racetrack, right?
Yeah, so there's actually a series that's starting up in North Carolina for legend cars, like a full blown series, and they have like 60 races on the schedule that's already started. And I
Oh,
was
wow.
looking this week, and they have 4 or 5 races just next week at the same track, starting Thursday night until Monday morning. Then they pack up and head to the next one.
Almost like baseball, right? Like
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
play like a 3 or 5 game series or whatever, then load up, go to the next one. Like, that's pretty freaking cool. It's no
Yeah.
damn wonder that they're all like frigging finely tuned driving athletes. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wait,
Yeah.
racers are athletes?
Oh, I know. I just kind of brought that in.
I heard they were.
That's a good.
I didn't
That's what
really
you're
mean to
doing,
do
Graydon. I
that,
knew it
but
was a
yeah.
good call.
Yeah.
Dawson, the field obviously down there, like we said, massive. Procedural wise, do they do things a little bit different? I know Hailey was kind of leaning on, they do. What was it specifically that you found that they, or that you can explain that they do differently?
It's more just all about the time. Like
Okay.
if you're not ready for something, you're not going. So it's you got to be ready to go. And if you're slowing the show down, then you're done for the week or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's pretty serious down there. They try and run things through as fast as possible. Like, you don't want to be stuck at the track all day. So we got one full day of racing in, like 8 classes in 2.5 hours, and we were out the door and we were at the bar an hour later. So it's pretty serious, like time management wise. And it kind of sucks sometimes up here when you're running 5 features and you're there for 8 hours of the day. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I personally
Yeah, I
think it's a lot
think
better.
No, it's not. I agree with you. I think Graydon agrees with you. We know this
yeah,
it can go quicker.
Yeah.
I think honestly it's not like we have that pressure or whatever it is to get it done, get loaded up, get on down the road for like the next day, like some of these people deal with down south. It's like, well, you go home, you got Sunday or whatever it is, and then we'll see you next week, kind of thing. Like, the pressure's there, but it's not as like the immediacy is not there like it is down there, probably, like where it's just like you really do have to fan your ass and get things in and get back home and turn it around for the next one.
Yeah, exactly. you got guys down there. There's 140 legend cars, and I think there was 80 bandoleros or something. There was almost 200 cars at the racetrack. You
Jeez.
know, you're getting shows done in 2 hours. You know, there's something that they're doing right that up here we're not doing yet, and I think we need to move in that direction.
Yeah, that there's something to be said about I guess you call it the pageantry around here. I mean, like, it's a good way to spend like a Saturday night and stuff, but at the same time, like you said, to get people in and out and on their way with showing them a good night at the track, that there's got to be a balance there.
Yeah, I think so. You know, going to the track's definitely a good family outing, but you don't want to show up for 3 o'clock races and then not be able to get home till midnight or something like that.
Right.
Yes, I agree. Some of us are old and we like our beds.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I love racing. It's my favorite thing. But there are nights where Full Throttle Motor Speedway in Flamborough finishes by 9 o'clock. I will take that. I will take it. I don't want to see, us start at 6 o'clock and it's 12:30 and we're not done heats yet. I understand, and it's a really tough situation. It is, because I know it's all about, you have limited time to make money up here. What was the crowd situation like for this? Was it like, I don't really know, because they didn't really show the crowd. They just kind of show you guys. But was there tickets sold? Was there a good audience there? Was it mainly kind of a private type of thing?
I'd say it's more of a private thing. You know, during the week at the hours we were racing, it's not going to be that busy. But I know at the fairgrounds the weekend before we started there, and they had the ASA Stars Tour. I was looking for tickets. They were sold out by noon that day. You know,
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's one of the nice facilities I've been to, and if you have a chance to go down there and watch a race there, it's a blast.
Well, I definitely think we're going to have to try that, and we're looking forward to seeing what the JDC team has this year. We got you, Caleb, and Keaton still running with the JDC brand this year. The Ontario Legend Car Series, the Ontario Bandoleros, we're doing lots of stuff for both of those divisions because we love them. We got lots of racers there this year as well, so looking forward to it. And Dawson, just thank the people that made it possible for you to head down to Nashville and for the entire week.
Yeah, we brought on some new sponsors this year. We got Doe's Collision and Towing, Brian's Towing, Phoenix Metalworks, and then coming back on from last year, we got Trailers Plus, Paget Dental Clinic, Centerline Hydrovac, KOD Disposal, Floor Coverings International, Stickers and Scuffs, of course. I won't forget it.
He remembered, folks.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody.
Well, you did good, Dawson. Thank you so much, buddy. We'll catch up with you in a couple weeks at the track, hopefully, and we'll have some fun seeing you out there.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys.
Glad you're in one piece, man. Thanks for
Yeah.
the time.
Yes,
Oh,
we
my.
are.
The car's not great, but we'll get her back together for night one.
Sounds
Right on,
great.
man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Dawson. And we want to thank each one of you for tuning in tonight. 8:59, Grid and Bun. Holy hell, we did it. Thank you for our good friends tonight.
Put them
Imagedrops.ca.
through fast, eh? Look at
Peterborough
that.
Speedway. And Peps Pro Painting for all their support for this episode. Oh my God, Tim Terry says great show tonight, boys. Well, you know what, Tim Terry? Can't wait to have you on the show at some point. And we'll talk Bandoleros and Legends, because frankly, that's your bread and butter too, isn't it? Well, frankly, it's everything
Yeah,
racing.
it's
Tim
common
Terry kind of
ground
does it
there.
all. So, and frankly,
Yep.
I love that name. I think it's one of my favorite names. Is Tim Terry? It just rolls off the tongue very easily.
Tim Terry. I mean,
Tim
you gotta
Terry.
think,
Say it 10
when you hear
times.
Tim Terry, you think race cars, man.
Don't you? Don't you?
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, Tim. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of you for tuning in. Again, if you can, hit the like button, give us
We're
a
only at
follow, give
24.
all our racers a follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a great guest lineup tonight.
It was a good one, and you know what? We look
Yeah.
forward to it each and every week here on SNS. There might not be every week in the summertime for racing season, but we'll try our very best. We will have need half more. Oh, Pops, you're the one that told me to cut half an hour. Ugh, get out of here. I listen, and then you say, "Oh, you gotta add more." Oh, get out of here.
No, that's the way we do it, though. You got to leave
Yeah.
them wanting more.
We got to.
That's how we do it.
We know that Graydon and I are the pictures of sexiness when it comes to podcast hosts, but we're gonna take it. You could have kept talking. Oh, you could have, Dawson, but you also looked like you were gonna fall asleep. So, we don't want that to happen. I appreciate all of you coming in, tuning in this week. Thank you all. We'll catch you all next week on SNS.